The dark side of E20 petrol engine destruction in 2025. Welcome back to Top 5 Top Best. Today we're uncovering the dark side of E20 petrol and how it could lead to engine destruction in 2025. While this new fuel blend is praised for its environmental benefits, there are serious drawbacks. We're talking potential engine failure, reduced fuel efficiency and compatibility issues, especially for older vehicles. So buckle up, because in this video we're diving deep into the 6 major problems with E20 petrol that could cost you thousands in repairs. Alright, so first things first, let's break down exactly what E20 petrol is. In simple terms, it's a fuel blend that consists of 20% ethanol and 80% gasoline. Ethanol has been blended into our gasoline for years, usually in smaller amounts like E10. The idea behind increasing the ethanol content to 20% is to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. Ethanol is a biofuel, primarily made from corn here in the US, and it's considered to be a more renewable resource than gasoline. Plus, it burns cleaner, which in theory should lead to fewer harmful emissions. But here's the catch. While the environmental benefits of E20 might sound great on paper, it can be quite problematic for your car. Ethanol is a solvent, which means it can break down certain materials over time. Your car engine is made up of materials like rubber, plastic, and certain types of metal. Pumping E20 petrol into your car, especially an older one, introduces a higher concentration of this solvent into your engine. Over time, this can lead to problems like corroded fuel lines and damaged gaskets and seals. We're talking serious stuff that can ultimately lead to engine failure if you're not careful. It's crucial to be aware of the potential risks and to take the necessary precautions to protect your vehicle. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, the impact of E20 petrol on your engine components. Ethanol's solvent properties can wreak havoc on certain materials commonly found in your engine. One of the biggest concerns is the deterioration of rubber components. Fuel lines, gaskets, seals. These are all essential parts of your engine that are often made of rubber or rubber-like materials. Over time, exposure to ethanol can cause these components to become brittle, crack, and eventually fail. Ethanol can also corrode certain types of metal, particularly those found in older fuel systems. This can lead to rust, leaks, and a whole host of other problems that can compromise your engine's performance and longevity. While newer vehicles are generally designed to be more compatible with higher ethanol blends, there's still a chance that certain components could be susceptible to damage, especially over the long term. Even if your car doesn't immediately show signs of trouble after using E20 petrol, the damage might be happening gradually over time. It's like a ticking time bomb. You might not even realize there's a problem until it's too late, and you're facing a hefty repair bill. Prevention is key. Alright, let's move on to another major drawback of E20 petrol: reduced fuel efficiency. Ethanol has a lower energy content compared to gasoline. This means that you need to burn more E20 petrol to get the same amount of power as you would with pure gasoline. Imagine trying to fuel your car with a watered-down version of gasoline. You're going to need to fill up more often and spend more money at the pump just to cover the same distance. Studies have shown that using E20 petrol can reduce your fuel economy by anywhere from 3% to 10% compared to using regular gasoline. That might not seem like a huge amount, but over time, those extra trips to the gas station can really add up. If you're particularly conscious about fuel economy and trying to save money at the pump, the reduced fuel efficiency of E20 petrol is definitely something to consider. On the other hand, if you're more focused on the potential environmental benefits of E20 petrol, you might be willing to overlook this particular drawback. It's all about your priorities. Chapter 4. Compatibility issues. Not all vehicles are created equal when it comes to handling E20 petrol. Using E20 petrol in a vehicle that's not designed for it can be like trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. Older vehicles in particular are most at risk. Cars manufactured before the mid-2000s were generally not designed with high ethanol blends in mind. Their engines, fuel systems, and components simply weren't built to withstand the corrosive properties of ethanol. But it's not just older vehicles that are at risk. Even some newer vehicles might not be fully compatible with E20 petrol. So how do you know if your car can handle E20? Check your owner's manual. The manufacturer will usually specify the recommended fuel type for your vehicle, including the maximum ethanol content it can handle. Check the inside of your fuel filler door. You might find a sticker or label that indicates whether your vehicle is E10, E15 or E85 compatible. If you're still unsure, contact your dealership or a trusted mechanic to get their expert opinion. Chapter 5, Water Absorption. Ethanol has this unique property where it loves to attract and absorb water. When E20 petrol sits in your fuel tank, it can actually start to absorb moisture from the air. This can lead to a buildup of water in your fuel tank, which can cause all sorts of problems. Water in your fuel can lead to corrosion. Just like ethanol can corrode certain engine components, water can also cause rust and damage to your fuel tank, fuel lines, and other parts of your fuel system. Water in your fuel can also lead to something called phase separation. This is when the ethanol and gasoline in your fuel actually start to separate, with the water settling at the bottom of the tank along with the ethanol. Phase separation can cause your engine to run poorly, stall out, and in some cases it can even damage your fuel system. It's a serious issue that shouldn't be overlooked. Chapter 6, Long-Term Engine Damage. Now let's talk about the long-term effects of using E20 petrol, especially in vehicles that aren't designed for it. Over time, ethanol's solvent properties can really add up, leading to some serious long-term engine problems. We're talking about things like premature wear and tear on fuel lines, gaskets and seals, corrosion of metal components in the fuel system and engine, clogged fuel injectors and fuel filters, reduced engine performance, power and fuel efficiency, increased risk of engine misfires, knocking and detonation. Using the wrong fuel for your vehicle can shorten its lifespan. It's like putting the wrong type of oil in your car. Sure, it might run for a little while, but eventually it's going to cause problems. These long-term engine problems can be expensive to fix. We're talking about potentially thousands of dollars in repairs or even a complete engine replacement in some cases. Prevention is key. Be aware of the potential risks of E20 petrol and take steps to protect your vehicle. Chapter 7, The Dark Side of E20 Petrol. And there you have it, the dark side of E20 petrol and how it could lead to engine destruction in 2025. While E20 has its benefits, it's essential to understand the potential risks and ensure your vehicle is compatible. Check your owner's manual, inspect your fuel filler door, and when in doubt, consult with a trusted mechanic. If you found this video informative, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to Top 5 for more automotive insights and tips. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.